Last Saturday, the U.S. attacked Iranian nuclear sites, but the markets do not seem to have noticed. The Dow Jones is essentially flat, although volume is lower compared to average. And while gold is on the rise, it is only up about 0.5%. Crude oil futures, which you would expect to be taking off, are actually down for the day, although if we look at the 1-month chart, you can see they are still trending higher. But going back to gold, why is it only inching higher? Is this just the calm before the storm? Let's get into it. Buy your gold and silver online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold or silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. Now, before I get into the news for today, I want to take a look at gold. It is currently sitting at $3,402 an ounce. It is up $26, less than 1% gain though. I would have expected gold to be taking off more with everything going on. Silver is also up for the day, albeit only slightly. Silver sitting at $36 an ounce. It's up 28 cents, less than a 1% gain for silver as well. So just like with gold, I would have expected a bigger move in silver because of all of the news over the weekend. I'm sure a lot of you are following the US strikes on the Iranian nuclear sites and the retaliation that's happening right now. I'm not going to get into all of that, but I will show the clip of President Trump speaking right after it happened.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
As of this morning at 10 a.m., Iran is still retaliating. In fact, they are now launching missiles at U.S. bases. So we are still right in the middle of this. Who knows how it's going to progress? We are on a hour-to-hour, minute-to-minute news cycle. Vladimir Putin has come out and said that the U.S. strikes on Iran are pushing the world to a, quote, very dangerous line when he met with the Iranian foreign minister in Moscow. Putin also said that the U.S. attacks on Iranian nuclear sites were unjustified, and he did promise to try to help the Iranian people, although he did not spell out how. So it seems like he's not trying to get involved in this conflict at the moment, although that could change at any time. Now, apparently this morning, CNN got a quote from a senior Iranian official who said the war could last 2 years and we are prepared for that. And I actually want to play a clip here. Before any of this happened, I asked Harry over at Harry's Coin Shop what he thought would go on with precious metals if the U.S. got involved. This is what he said.
I think something to watch too would be if we do join Israel and take out the nuclear facilities in Iran. I think you're going to hear, at least in words, some saber rattling from China and maybe Russia, and that'll really spook the market, because that's a scary prospect, you know, us going to do battle with China or Russia. Although Russia is not proven to be a very stout army. Ukraine's proved that, but these are nuclear powers, and you know, we're kind of flirting with World War III here, and so the metals are poised, I think, to really go up.
Now, we already heard Russia's response, but China has also responded today. They said that the U.S. attack on Iran has damaged its credibility. Some of the key points in the article here: China cautions about spillover of war after U.S. strikes on Iran, and Beijing's UN ambassador urges a ceasefire. So at this point, China is also not getting involved. I mean, again, this could change, but neither Russia nor China is actively getting involved in this conflict right now. And I think that's why we're seeing gold and silver only inch higher. I mean, the precious metals, they thrive off of fear, chaos, turmoil, and although there is a lot of chaos right now, it could be worse. And if I could just speak candidly about gold and silver for a moment here. Look, in these videos, sometimes I gotta cover the news because it affects gold and silver. And there are more things going on than just the conflict in the Middle East. We have, the U.S. national debt is getting out of control. There's a lot of debt maturing this year. Rates are still relatively high compared to where they could be. There's a lot of things that are affecting precious metals prices right now. And, gold is near that all-time high. I think we're about $30 off of the all-time high for gold right now. And silver still is near its 13-year high. I think it's still got to go up another $14 to get to that all-time high. So silver is still a ways off from where it could be. Look, I think if you're wanting to buy gold or silver right now, both are great options. I definitely prefer silver. I think that all of this chaos going on in the Middle East, I don't think it's going to get wrapped up anytime soon. I think there's going to be a lot more things that happen. So that being said, generally, I'm still expecting gold and silver to continue to go up. Silver is only about $1 off of my prediction for this year. I was predicting $37.50 silver. We're actually pretty close to that. I think my prediction might be a little low. I think silver could go a lot higher than that. I think $40 is not off the table. Some of the big banks are still predicting that gold could hit $4,000 an ounce this year. So if you're worried about your portfolio, if you're worried about things going on in the world, you're worried about these geopolitical issues, maybe the dollar going down as well, then I think gold and silver are a good place to be. And that being said, we still could see some volatility later on this year, some price dips, some good buying opportunities. That's generally when I like to buy, whenever the price is going down. But I have a long-term outlook for gold and silver. I'm not trying to sell in the next few months, the next few years. I'm trying to hold on to my metals for decades. That is my strategy. Ideally, I would like to hold on to them until I die and then just pass them on down to my kids. But I have to say, when times are crazy, like right now with everything going on, I'm very happy that I own precious metals. This is wealth protection at its finest right here. No matter what happens, my wealth is going to be protected. And I am curious what all of you think about the price action today. Did you expect gold and silver to go up more as I did? Let me know down below in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.